Welcome to Sharing is Caring, a podcast brought to you by Care Dallas. I'm your host, Fritz Deichert, a recovery coach, a board member, and someone who's personally walked through the path of addiction, education, and healing. This podcast is our window into the world of addiction, recovery, prevention, and everything in between. Each episode, we sit down with real people, survivors, parents, professionals, artists, educators, and leaders from right here in North Texas, who are willing to share their stories, their truths, and their hope. This isn't about judgment, it's about understanding, it's about connection, and most of all, it's about care. Because at Care Dallas, we believe that when we listen, we learn, and when we talk openly, lives change. So wherever you are on your journey, we're glad you're here. So let's start. Welcome back to Sharing is Caring, episode 7. Frankie Gomez in the house.
What's up, Fritz?
Frankie, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
When we talked about this, what was our calendar invite?
Pig shovels and tarps.
Yeah, okay. I like it. We appreciate you coming on. I've loved you since it's funny how we met. So you work for Lighthouse Recovery,
Yes,
men
sir.
sober living here, also a clinical component.
Yes, sir.
It's a great program started by Mike Jones, Brooke Keels, John Bowden, right? Bowden,
Yes, sir.
I can't ever think John's name. Great dude, as you know. And I met you. I had a client that was at the sober living, and he texted me, and he was going from the sober living to work or an AA meeting, and said, "Did you make it?" And he said, "Yeah, I had the coolest." I think he said I had the most badass guy drive me there. And I knew at this point I was working so enmeshed with y'all. I knew all the staff. And he said his name was Frankie. And I'd heard about you because you'd gone through, but I didn't know you. And I was like, "Who?" He said, "Frankie." And I was like, "Former client Frankie?" He's like, "Yeah, he was awesome." And that was your driving. So now we just talked, and we'll get into it, but your title is Director of Operations. So that's kind of my exposure with you, was like, here's this guy that went through sober living, and now he's driving, right? You're just trying to do what you can, and now you've worked your way all the way up. It's worked yourself all the way up. And I've always said I appreciate that about Lighthouses. They hire from within. You move up through the ranks from within. They trust you. You know, nobody can tell you, "Oh, the house isn't fair, this isn't fair." You're like, "Yo, dude, I've done it."
Yeah.
Right? And you know, that was a plug for Lighthouse. I always say I BD for Lighthouse myself and Lee Spencer, and I love y'all. I always tell Abby, if God forbid something happens, it's like, call Lee Spencer, get me to Driftwood, get me to Mike Jones at Lighthouse. Like there's my relapse prevention plan. So I appreciate you coming on, and I just kind of let's just jump in. I told you before we can go wherever the wind takes us, but let's just kind of start. Where'd you grow up?
I was born in South Central LA, man.
Okay.
Went to high school in Santa Monica.
Okay.
And it was a different upbringing,
Yeah.
I must say.
A little different than the Lighthouse houses in Midway Hollow?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. A couple drive-bys here and there, It was interesting.
Siblings?
I have 3 older brothers.
Okay.
I'm the
older.
youngest of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm the first generation born here in the United States.
Oh, wow. Where were your parents?
Guadalajara, Jalisco.
Okay.
All my brothers were born in Mexico.
Oh, you were literally the first of...
Literally the first one. My dad was the first one on behalf of his family, other than the first cousin that came to this country.
Why'd they pick LA? They have family there, or?
My dad's nephew, my first cousin, was already here.
Oh, so he came to where
He came to work the fields. And,
Okay. What'd your dad do?
My dad initially started working the fields, worked at the Beverly Hills Hilton in the kitchen, and then eventually landed a job at the Los Angeles Country Club.
Oh, wow.
And worked there for 45 plus years.
Oh, doing what?
Groundskeeping.
Oh, wow.
He was a greens supervisor by the time he left.
Oh, that's a man after... I love that. That's a hard job.
Yeah, I can't golf worth the shit.
Oh, you can't?
No.
No?
I'm Mexican, man. I kick a soccer ball and hit baseballs, bro.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so you grew up in South Central. Rough, obviously.
I grew up in Santa Monica, born in South Central.
Okay, all right.
But, most of my family is from East LA, the barrios,
Yeah.
My mom's side of the family.
Okay.
But, grew up in a minority neighborhood,
Okay.
right? To the east, we had Crips and Bloods. To the west, we had, a lot of Hispanic gangs, Venice Beach. We had both Crips, Bloods. And for me, it was more around just grew up in a manner of just always hypervigilance, right? Witness a bunch of stuff, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
At a young age, probably.
yeah, at a young age, but like, going through this work, right? And when I say this work, I don't mean my job, is, I never understood how things I witnessed and or lived as a child
Yeah.
and how they were impacting me
An adult.
as an adult, right?
Yeah.
Like, I something I swore I was going to take to the grave that happened to me started when I was 4,
Okay.
and I had a family member molest me. And I was afraid to tell my dad because I was afraid of the consequences. And then my dad would end up in prison and I would lose my dad. And then at the same time, the culture I was growing up in, you just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Right? The street culture, you don't say anything. In my culture, you don't say anything.
So there was no saying anything.
So there was no saying anything.
Damn. When did you eventually say something?
Right before rehab, dude.
So
30-something plus years.
and you just carried that.
The entire time.
Damn.
I realized in doing the work that I lost my value then. Or at least that's what I perceived it to be. I was broken.
Yeah.
And
you just pushed it down for 30 years.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I was an angry bird.
I'm sure. So when did you know there was something going on? Like when you grow up, were you playing sports or were you getting in trouble? Were you doing both? What that looked like in high school?
Baseball saved me.
Okay. What position?
I was a shortstop.
Okay.
Baseball saved me. I'm still a big baseball guy. Baseball saved me from a lot, dude. I didn't witness a lot of things because I was on the baseball field. That was my escape. I had a godfather who took me under his wing and taught me the sport.
Okay.
And spent endless hours at the park taking ground balls and batting practice.
Escape a lot of things, family life, what's on the streets, what you've been through.
Yeah.
And just focus on baseball, where that ground ball is.
Yeah. I was a decent baller.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like to hit?
Oh, switch hitter, bro.
Oh, you were
I was a leadout switch hitter in my high school.
So you're a little feisty?
Oh yeah, dude. I was that dude. I was that dude always chirping shit, bro.
Oh,
I was looking for a reason to use my hands.
Okay.
So
you play ball through high school. What happens after high school?
Well,
Did
actually,
you go try to play?
nah, dude. I actually met my ex-wife in high school.
Oh. Okay.
And I had offers.
Yeah.
A ton of offers. I was in the paper. And that kind of fed my ego too, though.
Yeah.
You're
the man.
Yeah. Like no one could tell me shit. I was that dude on campus.
Switch.
Like not too popular, but then, slithery enough.
Yeah.
To get by finessing teachers for.
And I know you won't up. You're a good bullshitter, but genuine. And you are. You got your car and.
Well, yeah, dude. It was understanding that I had to finesse my way out of certain situations on the street, right?
Right.
Witness some things. Cops will come ask, "Did you see some?" No, I didn't see anything, bro. And it's got to be believable, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone there did it. No one ever saw anything, right? There's a dude.
All we're looking over here when.
Yeah, dude. And like, so I get to high school. I meet my ex-wife. She's my best friend's first cousin. He's still currently my best friend.
Okay.
There's 3 of us.
Okay, real quick about you said it's funny you said the thing nobody ever saw anything. So we had Jesse McCraw from Driftwood was on an episode and he was in prison and when he got sober in prison he couldn't tell a lie. He figured out, but he couldn't, if something happened he didn't want to snitch, but he also didn't want to lie. So he said when he knew something was about to go down, he'd go sit on the farthest end of where it was going to go down and put his back towards it and look at the wall. So when they asked him what he saw, he could not lie and see anything. Right? It's funny how that was. You
just don't say anything, right? But then that starts, like, again, after doing all this work, this just starts this belief system.
Right.
Right? Of this is how I function. This is who I am.
Came a way of life.
Right? And I meet my ex-wife, like, probably one of the best people I've ever met in my life to this day, bro.
Okay.
And
were you drinking and drugging during this?
Yeah.
Heavy?
Pills. Yeah, no, the cocaine came in later into my marriage, like heavy.
So you get some offers, you turn down, you fall follow a girl, but you go
Well, I
off.
wasn't following the girl. I was following the dope.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was following the dope, the pills, the
Kind of the life.
yeah, dude.
Was she drinking and drugging?
Dude, she's a normie, dude.
And she just latched onto you. She saw that good hair. You got good hair, the swag. I know. I see it. I see what she saw.
Trip out. I came on to her in high school, but then she's the one that proposed marriage to me.
Oh,
It's pretty dope. I was like, I like a confident woman. You know what I'm saying? Let's run it.
okay. So how old were you when that happened?
I was 19.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She was 18.
We all get married?
Yeah, and then we had our first. I was 19. I was 20. She was 19.
Had your first?
Had our first.
And are y'all still in Santa Monica?
No, we moved to Inglewood.
Okay.
So another hood.
He just bounced hoods.
Yep, just bounce hoods.
So are you working?
Yeah, dude. I was working at that time. I was working at AutoZone, Chief Auto Parts at the time. Worked my way up there too.
Grinding.
Right, grinding. She got pregnant with Becky, and then I was using, drinking. You know, she had no idea how bad it was.
Oh,
like the drinking, yeah, because it's in my culture,
Right.
Every Fridays,
That's
you know,
true.
that's what we do. Playing a lot of softball, tournament ball, you know, sponsored, and you know, like
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah.
And then when she got pregnant from little Frankie, one of her brother-in-law linked me up with a job at a Fortune 500 company.
Okay.
So I started working there at the warehouse. You know, moving pallets around and shit.
You kind of look like from the outside. It's like if you don't know about the drugging, 2 kids, your best friend, your wife's your best friend. You had a good job at AutoZone, then you moved to this next one. You're playing competitive softball. Like that's a pretty complete life, right? I mean,
yeah.
Family life, work life, fun life. Like it's all there. Now I know in the middle sitting is the drugs, but if you don't see that, Frankie Gomez looks like he's got his shit together.
Oh, dude, the facade, the mask, right?
Yeah.
Because no one ever knew how I felt inside.
Yeah, you never told anybody. And now you're carrying this other burden that you're not talking about, which is just probably fueling, trying to distract.
That's it. Then that's exactly what it was, man. You know, family was the collateral damage, man.
So you had Frankie Jr.
And Frankie,
How old were you when you had Frankie Jr.?
21.
Okay. You're married. Is there starting to have problems in the marriage? Has she found out yet anything?
No, dude, because the infidelity came in once I started in corporate America.
Okay.
And I say that I worked my way up from the warehouse to a cubicle to a glass office to, you know, ended up being there for
And
20
did you move, get out of the hood? Like,
Yeah, we eventually moved, got out of the hood. You know, I started making good money, you know, driving nicer cars. You know, my first car with I love cars, dude. I had a 66 Mustang where Becky, back in those days, the car seats kind of came like roller coasters and only had a lap belt.
on Becky?
Yeah, it is, on the car seat. And like, I'm with my dad, God bless his soul. And I make a turn and Becky just falls over, dude. She's still drinking her bottle. A couple of days later, my dad bought me a new car.
Because that wasn't
safe for the baby.
So when you get through corporate America and you're doing that, do you leave behind all your people you grew up with, or is it you're kind of a foot in both worlds?
Foot in both worlds, bro.
Which has also got to be confusing for you in terms.
I was playing softball in Santa Monica with all the old homies from 21st Street.
And you're working for a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah, dude.
And you have 2 kids.
I've got 2 kids, another one on the way. That was when we had our first separation.
Was
because of the infidelity.
she found out?
She found out. She's pregnant with her son Alejandro. I think back on that and like, I feel sad for the situation as a whole, not just empathy, because I never thought I could feel empathy, you know?
Yeah.
I married such a good woman, and she like stuck it through until she couldn't.
She showed up for you until she just had nothing to
She
do.
showed up until the tank was beyond empty, dude. You know? And I just couldn't get honest, though.
Yeah.
I couldn't, like, all I knew is I wanted to change the way I felt.
Yeah, you're numbing out or escaping or however you want to phrase it.
You know? And
nothing's ever enough when you're in those moments.
no, even with the women, though, Fritz. Like that's a part of my journey, too, bro. I got sent to sex camp, bro. You know, shout out to my homie Tyler Woods.
Caitlin, can we tag Tiger Woods in this so he can help Frankie along the way?
You know, I say that because he went through there. And I was pursuing women the way I was dope.
Yeah, just another escape. But then again, never enough.
Yeah, dude.
But all this damage, like you said a little bit ago, family was collateral damage.
Yeah, dude. You know, COVID hit, and
So hold on, how old are you, like, currently right now?
I just turned 49, bro.
Did you really?
I just turned 49.
You look good.
Thanks,
I wish
man.
I had gray hair. I have no hair.
Gray hair's better than no hair.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just turned 49. So how old were you when you got divorced? You had obviously 3 kids at the time?
No, 4.
Oh, you had a 4th?
Yeah.
So she really, like, separated with Alejandro, back together.
Like, I had Alejandro. We reconciled right before he was born.
Okay.
And that was probably one of the pivotal moments in our relationship. And I say that because Alejandro was born with cranial synostosis. His cranium collapsed at birth.
Okay.
And had to reconstruct his cranium. And that was some trying times, dude. Emotionally.
Yeah, and to be, like, tag teaming it.
Yeah, dude.
Trying to rebuild y'all's relationship.
And I think, Charlie, because, like, we had 2 kids. We're young as shit, bro. You know, broke as fuck because all my money was going to dope. I mean, to the point where we're sneaking out of the hospital, bro. Like, I'm pulling up the little gate thing, dude. Like,
Getting out?
To leave the car, like, to leave out of the hospital, bro. Like, I didn't have $8 to pay the fucking parking, bro.
Oh, but you have this big boy job.
Yeah. You know? And she's trusting me with everything, dude.
Mm.
You know?
Okay.
She's at home.
Right.
Kids. Again, amazing woman.
Right.
Alejandro ends up at UCLA in Westwood.
Okay.
And I'm working 16 hours a day. She's at the hospital all day. I'm coming early in the morning.
How old's Becky and Frankie Jr. at this point?
4, 2, and Alejandro was 3 months old when we had when he had the surgery.
You got a lot going on, dude.
Yeah, dude. But then my family came through too. Her family, like, that's the one thing, bro.
Family showed up?
They always do.
Yeah. Were you surprised?
No, it's what we do.
Yeah.
Then we had Stephanie. I call her my beans because from all 4 of my kids, she's the most Mexican one, dude. She likes spicy shit. She likes to cook. Like, she's her dad, bro. Like, she does not hold back.
Oh, she goes that
her mind,
chirps, yeah.
She
I bet
speaks her
family
mind,
dinner's
bro.
what with you two.
She speaks her mind, bro.
Okay.
Kindest soul ever. Got her mama's heart.
And her daddy's bullshit. Yeah. Okay.
All right. You know, I end up, you know, severing ties with the corporate 500.
Okay.
Fortune 500, and COVID hit.
And are y'all still married?
Yeah, we're still married, dude.
And COVID hit, so how old are your kids at this point?
Oh, they're all older already, dude.
And are you still...
Frankie's at LMU.
Does everybody know you're using drugs?
Dude, it was bad by then. They just weren't saying anything.
But they knew.
Yeah, they never said anything. I was also using with other family members. I'll just put it at that.
Yeah.
You know, with other family members.
Yeah.
But
did y'all have a good connection? Were y'all all...
No, dude, I was so unplugged, dude. I was so unplugged. And she kept trying, bro. Everything possible.
Were you disconnected with your kids too?
Oh, yeah. I put them through hell too, man.
Yeah.
With the infidelities when they're little. Like, you know, Becky said something really impactful one time. She said, I experienced my first broken heart through my mom's eyes.
Oh. I can't feel good.
It didn't feel good, but I was also really grateful she could say that and feel safe.
Yeah, that's true, because that's on this other side, huh?
But that's part of the work I've done, part of the work she's done.
Okay, so COVID hits.
Yeah, dude.
Kids are grown.
Kids are grown.
You guys
COVID
split
hits.
for good.
No, I don't know we're splitting, bro. I had no idea, bro. I was made aware I was getting a divorce when I was in treatment, when I was in sex camp.
Oh, that was her boundary. Like, done.
I left Los Angeles for treatment and then came back I never came back for a couple of years, but, and then didn't get to see my ex-wife for over 4 years.
What was the status with your kids that 4 years?
My 2 daughters were in my life and my sons are still not speaking to me.
Protecting mom. Pissed off at dad.
Yeah.
Resentful.
And rightfully so.
Okay, so you get out of sex camp. Where do you go?
I get sent to Dallas, bro, and I'm like, fuck this, bro. So fuck am I gonna do with Dallas? I don't know anybody. I'm trying to manipulate, right, in my head. And I know, I'm trying to bullshit Becky. That's the only one I had communication with at the time. And
How old is she?
24.
Okay.
Well, she later from Andrew, and I respected it.
Okay. So you're in Dallas. Where are you? Like, where are you living?
Bro, I jump on a flight, and this little Harry Potter looking who picks me up, bro, and a Chevy Traverse with 2 hubcaps, bro. And he's like, hey, man, my name's Eric. I work at Lighthouse. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, so that's aftercare. So this is where, like I said at the beginning, Lighthouse, men's sober living.
Look, when I was at sex camp, I really understood I knew I had a problem.
Right.
Right. I didn't understand it. I didn't know how to address it. I wasn't still fully bought in the fact that I could live a free life and not be that entrapped 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old that lived his entire fucking life in fear.
So when was it in Arizona when you talked about what happened when you were 4?
Yeah, man. In detail.
And you finally just came out with it.
It was called the Trauma Egg Survivor's Week.
And you just decided
I never cried.
Like that?
Like that. Then I had to carry around a fucking teddy bear.
You must have felt so safe there to bring it up, though. Right?
Yeah, dude. It was Fritz, I had lost everything.
Right.
That meant something to me. Fuck the cars, fuck the nice houses. I lost my kids.
Yeah. Your best friend.
My best friend.
And not to be like blunt, but it was your damage. You just left a wake of destruction.
I did, bro. But finally understood that was damage. That it was not just collateral, but by proxy, because I wasn't addressing me.
Yeah. You didn't know.
I dragged them through it, bro. But at sex camp, I understood, like, whoa, like, I'm still a good dude.
Yeah. Of course.
But I never believed it.
Yeah. So you do groundbreaking work there. Right.
Yeah,
but you're not done, right?
No,
I think you see it all the time working with guys.
Bro.
It's like you do the moment, right? The trauma egg. And then you do feel relief immediately. Like I would say in my days when I've done stuff like that, I feel immediate relief. But then it's now what? Right now, I think it's real work.
Dude, 1,000%, bro. I get to Dallas and I have nothing. I have no idea.
Did you know you were going to Lighthouse?
Yeah, dude, I had greed, I had, they're like, you going to a meeting? And I was like, dude, what is this? Like, they give out chips? It's a fucking arcade or what the fuck, bro? Like,
Do they give out chips?
Like when I was in treatment, they're like, you want a desire treatment? Like, I was like, bro, like, fuck, are we going to an arcade, bro? I'm like, for reals, like, but that was my mentality, right? I wanted to deflect.
Right. So Eric picks you up.
Eric picks me up.
Which house do you go to?
I went to Silverton, bro, but I was like, bro, I need my own room, bro.
Because the way, just so people don't, sober living, there's, Lighthouse has four houses, and Silverton's the street it's on, obviously, and they're divided up, and so you want your own rooms.
George did a great job because that house is right in the middle of the hood, bro, like my people's.
That's the closest. Oh, because that's what they're good at is Mike and Graham Brook is they place people like it's not just a house full of 19-year-olds because there could be a 19-year-old that fits in better with the 35-year-olds.
Yeah, dude.
Or the more mature 22-year-old maybe needs to be a little more, or you need to put the immature person with the mature. They're good at that. Okay, so I like that you mentioned that because a lot of places just where the open bed is go.
Yeah, dude. And I say this because, like, look, man, going back to sex camp before going even to Lighthouse, dude, that was the first time I felt like hurt.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm sitting there going at it with my discharge planner, dude. Like, I need my own fucking room, bro. And I didn't want to disclose some information because I went to back-to-back treatment centers, right?
Okay.
I did 90 days in Tucson and then Wickenburg, right?
Where'd you go in Tucson?
Cottonwood.
Okay, and then where'd you go in Wickenburg?
Gentle path.
Okay. The gentle path.
So that shit was not gentle. So when I was at Cottonwood, bro, some dude had stole my iPod with some stuff on it that
You didn't want out.
I didn't want out, right? And I asked him a couple of times, dude. I just knew violence. I was angry. I just got served fucking like it was bad, bro. Like no, she had just cut me off. No divorce yet. She had just cut off all communication with me on divorce papers.
And you're in some place you've never been.
I put this kid's head through the drywall, dog.
Oh, in Treep.
Yeah, bro.
I bet they loved that.
Yeah, no, he didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was like that.
Yeah, it was like, and I'm not trying to gloat, bro.
I don't know. I know.
It was just like, bro, you took my shit.
Did you get it back?
I sure did.
Okay.
And look, this full circle moment with this, and I'll get to it as I move forward with my stuff.
Okay. All right. So now you come to the Lighthouse. You want your own room. That's not happening.
Well, you know, my boy Kobe answered the phone, and they got back then. I don't know if they still do it. They had us on a timer, bro.
For how long they can talk to you for?
No, like you need to make a decision.
Oh, like pick between here and this time.
They put 3 options in front of me, and it's like you got this much time, and like they had put Lakewood in front of me, bro, for professionals.
They put Lakewood Living?
Yeah.
Oh, how your life would be so different.
No, bro, trip out. They didn't answer the phone.
Oh.
And I was like, man, fuck them, bro. If they're not professional enough to answer their phone,
I'm not doing it.
Dude, I grabbed it.
So Lighthouse answers.
Kobe picks up, bro, and I was like, yo, bro, I need my own room, though.
And?
He's like, yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, they don't, and they don't budge.
And then he says, I said, do you make this decision? And he goes, no, I don't. I said, well, put me on the phone with whoever does, bro.
Did you get Mike?
I didn't get Mike. Trip out on this, bro. My discharge planner was, tell him why you want your own room. This is what I mean about I felt hurt at sex camp. Because I was afraid of working on myself. And I was like, dude, I already put hands on somebody and I don't want to be that guy anymore.
Right. Because this is now like 100 days have passed since you put hands on that guy. So you're changing. Like you see it. You're fearful of old Frankie.
Yeah, dude.
And you don't want old Frankie anymore.
Well, back then it was Frank. I went back to Frankie because I never got to live a fucking childhood, bro.
Oh, you were Frank?
Yeah, Big Frank. But my son's Frank.
I can't even see that. I just see his Frank.
Big Frank's bald, goatee. No bueno, bro.
You didn't. Okay, wait.
When I got to Lighthouse, I had no hair.
Wait. You're that guy that has great hair and you cut it all off. Like that's the
every time, bro. That's why I started shaving it.
Dude, that's like.
And I was also tweaking, bro.
You know, fair enough. Okay, so you get there and you tell them. So they encourage you to tell them why. So you tell Colby that?
No. Colby said, call me back.
Okay.
The next day, I called back and I think it was Jones.
Mike Jones.
And I was honest for the first time in my life.
Mike Jones is co-founder. Lighthouse is his baby.
And I was honest.
And you told him. What a good dude to be honest to, too.
And
because
I was like, dude, I just need my own room, bro. Like I don't like people touching my shit, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know, I'm paving a new path.
Right.
And I don't want any distractions by this old dude that I'm trying to shed, bro.
Right. So what did he say?
So let's run it.
So you got your own room.
So I got my own room.
First and only time in the history of Lighthouse?
Probably, bro. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Maybe Mikey heard Big Frank on the phone. He was like, yeah, just come on, Big Frank.
So
you get here, go to Silverton.
I go to Silverton. These dudes are offering like meetings. I'm calling it the arcade, you know, and Mike puts a dude in my life, dude, that changed my life.
Who?
Paco Durant. OG from El Paso.
Okay.
My first sponsor.
Wow. And you're not familiar with AA?
I'm not familiar with AA at all, but it's a funny story. He gets to the house a couple of days after I get here. I have a roommate from Voyage in Florida, like a housemate, right? And he's like, hey, dude, there's like a dude that looks like you at the door, bro. And
looks like you.
Head, yeah, in my head, you know, I'm shaving my head at the time, bro. I would beak my head every morning, bro. And I was like, what you mean he looks like me, bro? And he's like, you know. And I was like, man, fucking spit it out, bro. He's like, tattoos, bald. And here's the trippy thing, though, Fritz. I actually got scared. I was like, how the fuck did they find me?
You thought your past was coming back? Okay.
And I go out, there is this dude, Mexican dude, tattoos,
That's what
balls,
came to say he's a
right?
Mexican.
And I was like, what's up, doc? And he's like, hey, man, I'm Paco. I was like, I didn't ask you your fucking name. What do you want? He's like, you're Frank, you're right. I was like, what do you want, bro? And he goes, Mike asked me to come talk to you. And I was like, Mike Jones? He goes, yeah, man. And he's holding a big book, dude. And he's like, I'll talk to you about this. And I was like, my bad, dog. How's this work? And he goes, you gotta let me in the house, bro. That moment changed my life, man.
Yeah.
He's the first vato I ever got honest with every little fucking secret I've held.
That's what he's there for.
It's like I'm here to be a witness, man.
Yeah.
I don't judge. I don't. Took me about 3 weeks to work through my columns. It did like a 7-hour fit step in the backyard of Silverton. Smoked like 3 packs of cigarettes. I never smoked until I got to rehab, bro. It was fucking weird. I was an athlete. That's why I didn't smoke crack, and I chose not to. You know, it was like preferred it in powder for.
Discriminated.
You know,
Wow, dude. You were better than.
yeah, bro. You know, the ego was always there, Fritz. I mean,
I'm not doing
bro.
that.
Well, that's part of like I didn't have a drug problem because I wasn't banging. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for reals.
Yeah. I never drink in the morning, so I'm not an alcoholic. Right, that kind of shit.
He also slowed me down, bro. Right? At the same time, I'm doing clinical work on self, and I didn't know this, but my family's doing work on the back end. Shout out to Jeffrey Merrick in California, who changed our life.
He's working with your kids?
He was working with my kids and ex-wife, and he's my interventionist too, bro.
Okay.
You know,
He got you to Tucson.
he got me to Tucson.
Okay. So you meet Paco, do your 5th step. Did you buy in? Like, is this when you start buying in, like going to meetings?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Because if you buy in at Lighthouse, this has been true since I started coaching right around the time Lighthouse started. I was talking to you before. Like, I remember meeting Mike there, and there was not a soul at the house, and he's grinding. And I don't have clients, and I'm grinding. And we kind of grew up together, to be honest, Lighthouse and me as a coach. Like, I was sending guys there, they were sending guys to me, and I mean, I watched them grow, they watched me get better. I leaned on Mike a lot. I leaned on Colby, Grant, Brooke. I mean, and I think it went both ways, and it has now have more of a personal relationship with Lighthouse than I do a work relationship. And I was telling Brooke I'd rather have the personal, right? I mean,
100%.
Brooke sees my mom for therapy. She's helped my aunt. Grant, I see Grant all the time. I talk to you, Mike, and I mean, so they built it on specializing in guys like you. Tougher cases come in.
There's another component there, though.
Yeah.
They cared.
Yeah.
Everything they did around my case, bro, was intentional.
Well, and that's why they gave you your own room.
Everything was intentional.
Yeah.
Got my own room. As I got healthier,
He set you up with Paco.
set me up with Paco, but as I continued to get healthier, Paco's hitting me. There's step 2 and 3, right? I'm struggling with 2 and 3, dude. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And my divorce gets brought up in IOP by some kid, and then, Big Frank comes out, bro. And I'm struggling with 2 and 3, bro. And I'm like, first break, I'm putting hands on this dude.
Where's the nearest drywall?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was during our check-ins, just like, you haven't brought up your divorce. And I'm like, oh, bro.
He called you out.
Yeah, which is the healthy thing to do, right?
Right.
You know.
Well, yeah.
So then I go and I call Paco on break, bro. And he's like, did you pray yet? I said, no, you pray. Boom, hangs up on me. And I was like, this mother. So I prayed. I go to the corner in that back. I'm bumming cigarettes on people, dude. Go back in a group, and I'm putting a hole through this poor kid. You could see it in his body language, bro. I'm like,
Uncomfortable.
I'm like, fuck, dude. Call my sponsor on the next break. Dude, I still feel like putting hands on this dude. He said, did you pray? I said, yes. He goes, well, pray again. Boom, hung up. I was like, man, this dude sucks as a sponsor, bro. Blah, blah, blah. End up wrapping up IOP. I used to do my nightly check-ins with him. So I called him. I said, dude, I'm struggling, bro, because, like, I prayed. I went to a meeting.
You're doing everything you're supposed to do.
Everything he's asking me to do.
And you're still getting agitated.
And I still want to put hands on this dude, right? And then when I called him at night, he's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" I said, "Dude, I still want to put hands on this dude." He goes, "Let me ask you this. You know, we're working through 2 and 3 right now. Are you high?" I said, "No." I said, "Are you drunk?" "No." "Have you put hands on this dude?" I said, "No." He goes, "So how can you tell me that if you go to God first, things don't work out?"
Good way to look at it.
And then I hung up on his air. Boom. I was like, "Fuck this dude. He makes sense."
And
that cracked me open to 4 and 5, dude. Got that work done. Continued to do. I had to look inside, right?
Right.
Because at that point, once I got to Lighthouse, no communication with Becky, Frankie, Alex, or Stephanie. Definitely not with Alejandra. You know, and I had no choice but to look in, bro.
Yeah.
So I leaned into the program, bro. I leaned into
I bet they loved that.
I had no choice, bro.
Right.
Right? Like I had no choice.
You lean in, so you're doing step work, AA, what, PHP, ROP,
IOP,
everything.
CSAT, bro. I went
Full
balls to
in.
the wall, bro.
Okay, so you do that. How long was it till you picked up Thielman? How long was it till you were driving?
That was probably 6 months because
were you still living? You were still at Silverton.
No, when I picked up Thielman, I had just gotten, but there's a trip because right before I went to pick up Thielman, I had put my resume. I was ready to go, dude. I was going back to corporate America. I had landed a job in Tampa.
Okay.
You know, 6 figures.
Yeah, let's go.
You know,
you're sober.
Like,
Here we go.
Sober now. 5 months in treatment. Almost 6 here at sober living. Like, you know, I'm good, bro. Still no communication with the family back home.
Okay.
You know, just with Jeffrey. And I did what the program taught me to do, bro. I spoke to my wife's counsel, bro.
Your people?
Spoke to Paco, spoke to some people at Fireline, spoke to people at Shoulder to Shoulder, you know. And everyone say the same thing in different words.
Which was?
Slow down.
You don't need to go get a 6-figure corporate America job yet.
I was like, you know. And then Jones offered me the house manager job. I remember sitting in that room with him and I was like, dude, like if we do this, we're going to change this game. Like I'm only partaking here. We're going to change this because what you guys do here is fucking different, dude.
Right.
And he was like, let's change the game.
And they're going to let you, yeah.
You know, Jones, let's change the game, baby.
You're throwing your hat in the ring with Mike.
Yeah, you know.
And Mike can get you fired up.
Oh, I was fired up, dude. Because the reality of it was like, I'm rebuilding my life.
Right. And now you have a foundation. Like you're doing the work. You've done hard work.
Yep.
Cracked some shells. Almost a year, I guess, of being in treatment / sober living. Slow down.
I'd go get Thielman.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude, he was like, the coolest dude just picked me up.
I was listening to Biggie Smalls that day, bro. I still remember picking up Thielman. I fuck with that kid, bro. You know, I was listening to Biggie Smalls, dude. You know, he got in the whip and he was like looking around. He was just like,
it's this guy.
And he's like, you're a house manager. And I was like, yeah. And in my head, I'm thinking like, it's not a Chevy Traverse with 2 fucking hubcaps,
No,
bro.
it's
Like,
not.
you know,
No,
like,
it's not.
We're leveling up as a unit, you know,
Yeah.
like laughing. And he was a good kid, right?
Right.
You know, and at the end of the day, you know, I partnered up in a manner in which it's like, look, if I could just impact somebody's life in this minute manner at that age, this didn't exist for me.
No.
My hood, my culture, it just doesn't exist, bro, right? And I started doing that. And
for those who don't know, house managing, you live at the house, you're sober living.
Working like from 12 to 18 hours a day, bro.
And you're just like, you're listening to people vent and bitch about their problems. You're helping the clinical team. You're watching when people are on the cusp of leaving.
Bro,
I mean,
it's
people saying there's not the right cereal in the pantry. You're
bro.
Everybody's problem.
Everybody's problem because of me, dude. But you know what? There's also the transformation from that to seeing kids say, hey, dude, I just graduated college.
Yeah, the kid come in that's a wreck to the kid that gets his first job ever or finally gets off mom and dad's
GED, bro.
Right.
You know,
Because there is the both. I mean, it's a wild.
dude, it goes from.
Isn't it surprising no one's ever made some, I don't think you could do reality TV, but like a sitcom of the life of a sober
Bro,
living?
you know how many times I've.
Because they think like,
the conversations that
Abby watches Housewives. I watch, I think that's wild, but you go to a men's sober living with 18 to 35-year-olds.
Yeah, dude.
The drama, girl, it's not just girl. Everyone says girls are dramatic. Go to a men's sober living house and you'll see real dramatic.
Well, I bought into the program, right, Fritz? And now I'm paralleling this with a job that I actually feel passionate about, right? And then I go to see my CSAT, and I'm driving back, and my phone rings. It's my brother. And he's like, yo, you gotta jump on a plane, bro. I'm like, what's up, dude? It's like, it's Dad. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they just intubated, dude, COVID.
During all of this, you're not talking to are you talking to your parents or your brothers?
I'm talking to my parents, texting with my brothers.
Okay, so you
Zero communication.
Okay, so he says, get on the plane, it's Dad.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, my passport's in LA and my safe with my ex-wife.
Okay.
And she got it over to my brother, so I flew in LA. Met my second oldest brother there. And then flew to Guadalajara. Joe's didn't question a thing. Brooke didn't question a thing. Like,
no, let's go do it.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm scared shitless on the plane, bro. Because when I left treatment, I was like, if I lose one of my brothers, one of my kids,
It's over.
like, I'm done, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm cashing out, bro.
Right.
And I'm scared shitless if I'm me cashing out. So I landed in Guadalajara and I called my sponsor. I called Paco and I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to blow this shit up, bro. I actually like what I have right now.
I like me for the first time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, just keep calling me big dog. I said, all right, man. We get there and like day one, Brooke calls me, Jones calls me, Colby calls me. People from Fireline are calling me. Like the word spread like a wildfire.
They're showing up for you.
And 3 weeks into it, I lost my dad. And my main focus was like my mom.
Right.
Right? We get broken the news. My mom gets there with her driver. And my brothers bail out on me, bro. Like no one wants to tell her.
So you have to tell her?
And my brother Jose, he just looks at me and he's crying. He's like, you got this, little brother. And I was like, oh shit. And I remember, dude, I took off my cowboy hat, looked up, and I was like, fuck. Guide me, bro.
Right.
Because I have no idea what I'm about to tell my mom.
Right.
69 years, bro. And I'm in Mexico, bro. There's beer everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? That's the last thing that crossed my mind, Fritz.
You were like in the perfect spot to have to handle that, right? Like the timing couldn't have been better for such a bad thing.
Bro, it was, looking back now, it was so healing.
Right.
Yet I didn't know. Because what I had engraved in me, in my heart at that point, was show up and do the next right thing. And the next right thing wasn't to get fucked up.
No. Be there.
You know what I'm saying?
You had to be there.
Like, my brothers don't cry. I was the one that's like, it's okay, let that shit out, big dog. Like, let that shit out, dog. I got to hold them.
Yeah.
And that's when I had to get honest with them, though. And be like, yo, we're about to see the dude that molested me. And they're like, what are you talking about?
I had no idea.
But then, for me, it was like, I had to sit them down and be the adult and be the responsible one. Because they all wanted to do what they needed to do. And I had to sit there and say, hey, man, the next right thing is, this is about dad. This is about mom. I'm tired of this shit being around me.
Right.
And I got to see him. And I shook his hand. He gave me the condolences. And I let it be.
Right.
Because I'm not God.
No.
But that set the tone for my brothers, dude, bro.
Yeah, you led by example. I mean,
which is like more where we're at now, right? All this work, the doors are opening.
Okay, so house manager, but then you get the next job, which is
Family services.
because again, like I said, Lighthouse promotes from within. So you go to family services. Where's the status with your ex-wife and your kids?
No stat.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And we're like what, 2020,
About 2.5 years in.
2022-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have to continue to do work.
Well, so you're hustling now. This is when like you enter into the work side with me because I don't really talk to the house managers. I'm doing stuff with Lighthouse, but then here you are, and you're everywhere. I mean, we've had some guys we've shared that have back. Frankie Fritz just dropped me off in the hood. I'm stranded. He's in freaking Highland Park Village. He's at a cupcake ATM, and you're like, I got it, Fritz. Don't worry, right? And we are, and these guys are buying into you, your program. You're pumping them up, but you're shooting them straight. You're being blunt, but you're loving, right?
Yeah.
But you're also showing them like, you know, again, you've got however many years in sobriety, you have a good job, you're working the program, but you're still going to meetings and still doing work on yourself. And it's not just for show or for work, it's for Frankie, right? You were doing it for you. You had such a separate life. You do have such a separate life in recovery, but your job is also recovery, right? And I've had that too. And you are one of the, like, you have a good base in your own recovery still with the job. Because I mean, the job now, dude, you could get a call and you're somewhere from 2 a.m. until 7 a.m. dealing with something that you could have never foreseen coming with some client. Meanwhile, you're dealing with your own stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so what happened? Where's it at with your family right now?
I went to my dad's funeral alone.
Okay.
And I remember I called my sponsor because I was resentful that my kids didn't show up. And he goes, you took that away from them.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, bro, you're right. Then that empathetic side came out where I was like, dude, every time I go see my dad, every time I'm in LA, I go say hi to my dad, I go say bye to my dad. And every time I'm there, it's like, I think of that.
Yeah.
I think of that. And just the gratitude I feel for the amount of work my kids have done, an effort to forgive their father for taking that from them by proxy because of the addiction.
Right. Collateral damage, right?
Right.
So are you talking to them now?
Yeah. Becky came in the picture first.
Okay.
We did some work.
Okay.
Then my youngest, Stephanie. And my ex-wife came in.
Beans?
Beans.
Okay.
My baby Beans.
Okay.
Then therapist was like, I think we should involve mom now. And I was like, all right, great. You know, like I was nervous.
Ex-wife.
Yeah, right now.
Best friend.
And I was like, yeah. Like, I'm down. I didn't know she meant that day, bro.
Oh.
So I'm on a Zoom call, dude, in my apartment, bro, here in Dallas. They're in LA, bro. And I see her pop up and it was just
There she is.
There she is, bro. First time I see her. 3.5 years, 4 years.
And you've been together since you were 17? Okay, so you're doing work. They're doing work, which is awesome. They're doing it.
I initially didn't know.
Yeah, how would you?
Becky first came on, she started using terminologies and ACA and all kinds of shit. And I was like, And it was, I hung up and then I felt like I deserved it.
Right. Okay, so I'm glad that you laid it out like this because I think I've seen people get disconnected from family, finally go to treatment, and they do treatment right. And then they get out and they go to sober living or they do whatever and they're doing well. Maybe they have 6 months. And then they get mad because the family still holds boundaries and won't talk to them, right? Sometimes it is where you get done and the family does come back around. But there are a lot of times where the family's like, okay, cool, you went to treatment for 3 months, you've been on your own for 2, you put us through hell for 20 years. Like,
yeah.
And then it's almost like human nature. The addict gets mad that the family won't come. I'm doing better, I'm good, right? And it doesn't happen always right off the bat.
Yeah,
and so for you just kept doing your thing and you could only take care of you. You're not God. That's what you said. So you can't control Becky, Frankie, Mom, Beans, Alejandro. You can't control that. So then fast forward. So now everybody back in, like, still repairing, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. We're good.
You said it sounded like for sure Alejandro would. You said that a minute ago, like for sure no communication. Where's that one at?
Uh, Alejandro and Frankie came back into my life this last February.
Oh,
Had dinner with them at my oldest house. And it was really emotional with Beans too, man. It was very, very emotional. With Beans, I had communication, but I had zero communication with Alejandro.
yeah.
And the communication with little Frank happened around the anniversary of my dad's death, previous September.
Okay.
I got a text and very empathetic, very loving. And I didn't know what to respond, bro. And again, my program, my wise counsel, bro.
Yeah. Paco.
Like, Fowler now.
Oh, we're with Fowler now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yo, dude, like, this is what I'm thinking, right, bro? Right? Like, people in my corner out here, dude. Like, I want to respond.
You trust.
Yes, dude.
Because what is it? Our best thinking.
Yeah. Bro.
Our best thinking is no good.
Oh, no bueno, bro.
No.
So it was, I responded, let it sit. It sat for a couple of weeks, and slowly it just became better, right? Because he had changed his number. I mean, it was bad, bro. He had changed his number, and I respected that boundary, bro.
And are the 4 kids close within the
They extremely close.
Okay, and then close with mom?
Very. Her wife was,
Here's your-
she's such a dope person.
Yeah, you said before we got she's still your best
That's
friend.
homie, dude. Like, seriously.
God, and you're like this, you're the outlier of these 5 people. And you're trying to work your way back in, you're trying to make it here.
And I think it was we all worked back towards the middle. It wasn't just me.
Yeah, clearly they were doing work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I did.
But like it took them a while. Like they were still angry for a while, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, angry, hurt,
and that's
scared.
And that's okay.
Yeah, scared.
Yeah.
You know, I had to learn like that's for them to carry. They had to learn that's for him to carry, right? You know?
So how long you been sober now?
5 years.
And now you're the director of operations?
Yeah, man. I think what I'm most passionate about and what I do here is the family component.
Yeah. You've walked it.
Yeah. I mean, to see a parent like watch their kid evolve into something their child, spouse, friend, whatever it is, evolve into something they even doubted.
Right.
It's a miracle in itself, right? And I'm just a witness, man.
Yeah.
Brooke's just a witness.
Yeah.
Mike's just a witness. They do the work, right? And I say this because, like, with families in particular, like the families that struggle holding boundaries, it's really hard because the client gets better,
Right.
right? And then the family, like, and it's not their fault because they don't know better,
Right.
right? But then, like, Brooke and her team are so good at, like, all right, it's down family therapy. They, like, bring them in, and, like, it's like a human approach,
Yeah.
right?
Very personalized.
Yes.
It's not cookie cutter.
And that's the thing, right? And part of doing this work as a job is all but 100% of the operations team came through here,
Right. Yeah.
including myself.
Yeah. Who didn't come in?
Fowler,
Yeah.
who's my sponsor now, bro. I love that dude.
Yeah.
It's a trip because when I went to him as my sponsor is because if you know Fowler, he's got the biggest heart in the world.
Oh yeah.
And I was just so used to being that hard ass.
You need a little change.
Yeah, dude. He said something to me once. He was like, you know, an open heart heals.
Good man. Yeah, y'all do have quite the team. I mean, you got our boy Grant.
He's a T, bro.
I mean, I always joke when he takes calls or trying to get people in, he's on. Can you imagine that dude on uppers?
Bro,
Oh. Hey, okay, yeah, we got this family Fritz and we got to get him in and the mom's this, I'm like, holy shit, dude. But again, part of your team, somebody that's like that, cares. He's all in. You guys are all
so passionate, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and there's really no handing off the baton, if that makes any sense.
No, it's all together.
It's all,
Yeah.
like, this is where we're at, right?
Yeah.
Like, if a family calls Grant, he doesn't just say, hey, go to Frankie. Like, I'm
No.
done with you.
Let's get on with Frankie.
Like, yeah, like, hey, let me try and get him on the phone. Right? Like, you know, Brooke as well. Like, hey, let me get on the phone with him.
Right.
Right? It's pretty dope, dude. So all 4 kids are back in my life. My ex-wife and I are like dope as fuck. I love her boyfriend, Ed, bro. Shout out to Big Ed, bro. You know, I shared this in a meeting. I was like, dude, I met him and he's cool as shit. I thought I was supposed to not like him, bro. You know,
Hey,
coolest dude ever did.
good.
You know, it's pretty dope. You know?
That's awesome. Okay, well, Frankie, thank you.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, I ask everybody this, and I'm interested to hear yours. If you could do anything to help people struggling with mental health, addiction, just as a whole, like you can do whatever. What would you want to happen, or how would you go about it? Your advice? What do you think? What would help us in this to make it? Obviously, we're not going to eliminate it, but make it easier or make it. My thing was I wish people would go next door and knock on their neighbors' doors and say, knock, knock, this is what I've been through in mental health. It's okay, right? Everybody knows, you know.
I think one of the bigger things is, for me, is when I see athletes, when I see people of status
Right,
share about mental health struggles,
right,
because they touch so many other human beings because of their platforms,
right.
I think that if and when they do talk about it,
Yeah,
that really could change the game.
yeah. And we've seen some of them, people are starting to. It's funny though, like I'll see clips and you can tell when they're just kind of doing it or when they've been through it. You can see the difference, like it's raw.
Yeah, dude.
It's vulnerable. You know, that's the other thing with you, Frankie. I've always loved you. You're vulnerable. You've always been vulnerable.
Never had this side of me.
But I know, and when you're okay, so I know last 5 years, Frankie. When you're talking about Big Frank, I'm like, huh? Wait, what? Because you're kind, and like even when we first met, you know, we'd be sharing a client or something would happen, and we'd get on the phone, and he'd be like, "Man, today's been a bad day. X, Y, and Z happened," which is rare, right? A lot of people don't want to talk about their personal life, and it's nice when you do that because I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going through it too. And then I've been through shit at times, and you and Mike, Grant, everybody stepped up, and me vice versa. And it's nice to be able to have that with another guy, right?
Yeah, dude.
Especially in our field, because our field, everybody's egos can go crazy. Our treatment center, this many people, I've done this many interventions, and I don't like that because we're not, dude, we still have shit days too. We still have bad things happen. But like Paco said, have you drinking? Have you done drugs? No. Okay. Shit's going to happen.
Yeah, dude.
Right. Because if those 2 questions get answered yes,
I'm fucked.
oh, dude, all these... Abby, call Lee Spencer, call Mike Jones, call Jesse. Boy, let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to it, and I liked the
I wasn't even nervous, dude.
Oh yeah, no, I was.
As I've always said, I fuck with you, Fritz.
Yeah, me too, Frank.
I love you, dog.
I love you too. I want to thank everybody here at Molecular Media. Haley Jr., Caitlin, Peter, Jan, Rigsby, our emotional support dog, and we'll be back.